Is fines forgiveness on the horizon?
We'll answer that question, and we'll get you ready for the Big Friends book sale.
Plus much more on this special Game of Thrones edition of JPL Now. If that doesn't get you excited about Game of Thrones, I don't know what will, Brian.
Game of Thrones mania is all over the library with the return of the HBO hit show Game of Thrones based on the works of George R.R. Martin.
Selena is downstairs covering the excitement, and she'll give us an update in just a moment. Our big story today is about the possible return of fines forgiveness. We'll be covering the subject beginning with a press conference where Danny Cangelosi will address the media.
We're going to go live to that press conference as soon as it starts, and we'll have Kimberly in the green room with some reactions from our patrons.
We're still a few minutes away from the press conference, so first let's go to Selena and the Game of Thrones mania at the library. Selena?
Hi guys, I'm here in front of the popular science fiction section where Game of Thrones mania has started with the beginning.
Excuse me, fair maiden. Do you know the way to Winterfell?
Are you looking for all of the latest Game of Thrones books and DVD?
Nay. I am looking not for pictures, but for the way to Winterfell. Do you know where it is?
Well, maybe you should try the reference department.
Perhaps I will. At the wall, they may have some idea where Ned Stark lives in Winterfell.
Back to you guys.
Do you think that guy was in the wrong library?
I think he was in the wrong time period.
This just in, we're now receiving word that Danny Cangelosi is about to speak to the media regarding fines forgiveness.
Let's go now live to the West Bank Regional Library.
Folks, please, I will be taking questions, but let me give you some brief information. Fines forgiveness is returning this year between April 13th and the 30th. Like last year, any overdue item you return during that time period will be wiped completely free of fines. And now I'll take your questions. Anna.
Does this mean all my fines will be wiped clean?
No, this does not apply to fines already on your record, only to items that are returned during fines forgiveness week.
Is this at a specific branch or any branch?
Actually, this applies to any branch in Jefferson Parish Library system.
Do I have to bring my overdue items to the desk, or can I leave them in an outside bin?
Actually, you're welcome to do either, and our patrons are welcome to do the same.
Any truth to the rumor that you're now dating Gwyneth Paltrow?
No further questions.
So fine forgiveness returns April 13th through 30th.
Cool. Let's get some reactions from our patrons down in the green room with Kimberly. Kimberly?
So yeah, down here the response seems to be overwhelmingly positive. Let's check in with this gentleman here.
Oh, this is the greatest time to bring in your overdue books. You won't pay anything that you turn in that's late right now. Everybody seems to love it.
Yes, they do. We do have one patron, however, who doesn't have quite as good opinion.
I think it's disgusting, lady. These kids today think they could get away with anything. When I was a little girl, I used to...
Thanks, Kimberly. I guess you just can't please everybody.
In other news, the Friends of the Library are preparing for their big sale this April.
That's right. It's going to be April 10th through the 13th over at the Pontchartrain Center in Kenner. They will have 65,000 items, some of them as cheap as $1.
And admission is free. I think that part of the sale gets overlooked sometimes, right?
Yeah. I hate that when you go to these big sales they advertise and they make you pay to get in. What's up with that?
It really takes the wind out of your sails, doesn't it?
It does. And you know, it's not just books. They have VHS, DVDs, comic books. They have cookbooks, Shannon.
I love cookbooks. I always go in there and walk out with a big pile of books and spend next to nothing.
Yeah, and the proceeds all go to the library, so it's a win-win situation.
This is JPL Now.
Feeling confused?
Always searching for something?
Feeling trapped?
Do your friends have insatiable appetites?
Don't worry. You just may be a zombie.
I'm just a lonely zombie. Lonely zombie. Lonely zombie. Where's the brains?
But don't fear. Zombies are always welcome at the library, where you can feed your brain with the latest books, movies, and more.
I really need to eat some brains.
If you're looking for something good to watch, and you don't have a lot of extra scratch, there's a name you gotta know. It's called Hoopla. Bring it up. Library style in the 504. But show them how to do it. Trying to be the man, but I seem to have no money. My girl says my TV channel selection's super funny. There are a million channels, but my girl is just so choosy. She says we should stream a movie. Well, I wanna stream, but I just can't afford the Netflix. Yeah, I wanna stream, but I just can't afford the Hulu. Yeah, I wanna stream, but Amazon declined my card again. Yeah, I wanna stream, if only it's free. And then I found it, a brand new service from JPL. It's called Hoopla, where I can stream lots of movies and TV shows. Yeah, TV shows. Now my girl thinks I'm the smartest guy in the world. Bring it back. Watching Hoopla style. Hoopla style. Hoopla style. All right, let's take it down. Watching Hoopla style. Watching Hoopla style.
And we're back.
But before we go, let's check in with Irene, who has our trivia question of the month. Irene?
What is the name of the new video streaming service offered by the library? Is it A, Hoopla, B, Netflix, or C, Mango? The answer is A, Hoopla.
It was Hoopla. I actually knew that one, Shannon.
Yes, and what a great service it is. And I think that's our show for this month.
Yeah, as always, we'd like to thank you for watching and thank you for supporting your library.
And we'll see you next month.
Bye. See you.